Une cordiale salutation à vous tous et bienvenue. N'oubliez pas que vous êtes chez vous. Et aujourd'hui, je vais vous enseigner comment conjuguer les verbes pronominaux et également, je vais vous enseigner des différents types de verbes pronominaux. Ne bougez pas. For je, you will be using either me or M apostrophe. For tu, you will be using either te or T apostrophe. For il singular, elle singular, you will be using se or S apostrophe. For nous, you will be using nous. For vous, you will need another vous as well. And for il plural, elle plural, you will be using either se or S apostrophe. S'asseoir, se baigner, se coucher, se dépêcher, se doucher, s'habiller, se laver, se lever, se mûcher, se noyer, se réveiller, se taire. Do not forget, we have more and reflexive verbs, but I just give you a short list. You can go and learn about some other reflexive verbs. Se baigner. Se baigner. To conjugate se baigner, at the present tense, I would say, je me baigne, tu te baignes, il se baigne, elle se baigne, nous nous baignons, nous nous baignons, vous vous baignez, vous vous baignez, il se baigne, elle se baigne. And we use me just because baigner is started with the vowel, with the consonant, okay? And as the first group of verb, ER verb, and we're using the same ending, E, ES, E, ONS, EZ, and ENT. So now let's see how to conjugate another reflexive verb at the present tense, but in this case, we are going to use one that is that begins with a vowel. In this case, you will say je m'énerve, je m'énerve. I cannot use ME in this case because that énervé is started with a vowel. Je m'énerve, tu t'énerves, il s'énerve, elle s'énerve, nous nous énervons, vous vous énervez, vous vous énervez, il s'énerve, elle s'énerve. Now we are going to conjugate the verb se détendre. Se détendre at the near future, which is futur proche. in French. Je vais me détendre. Tu vas te détendre. Il va se détendre. Elle va se détendre. Nous allons nous détendre. Vous allez vous détendre. Ils vont se détendre. Elles vont se détendre. And do not forget, for the near future, we need the helping verb aller in this case. And as you can see it, all of this is the present tense of the verb aller at the present tense, and along with the related reflexive pronoun based on that subject pronoun, then the verb détendre at its base form. Good. And at the simple future, you would have said, je m'habillerai, je m'habillerai, tu t'habillerais. And at the simple future, you would have said, for the verb s'habiller, je m'habillerai, tu t'habilleras, il s'habillera, elle s'habillera, nous nous habillerons, vous vous habillerez, ils s'habilleront, elles s'habilleront. Stay tuned to learn how you can conjugate the first group of the verb at the simple future in French. Okay, now let's learn how to conjugate this reflexive verb in the past. But before we move forward, okay, to conjugate all these reflexive verbs in the past, you will need the helping verb être, conjugation at the present tense. Okay, and you know the present tense of être would be je suis, tu es, il, elle, les, nous sommes, vous êtes, il, plural, elle, plural, sont. Okay, we know that. But second of all, in French, whenever you have to conjugate a verb in the past, along with the verb être as an auxiliary verb, you have to think about the gender and the number of the subject pronoun you applying, or you applying that être along with. So now, if my subject pronoun has a particular gender, there will be a way. But because of this ER verb, okay, if the verb is an ER verb and my subject pronoun, okay, my subject pronoun is a masculine singular, that ER will be replaced by E accent. And do not forget, we're talking about the ER coming from the infinitive form of the verb, okay? Then if my subject pronoun is a feminine, okay, feminine singular, my ER will be replaced by E accent E. If the subject pronoun is a masculine plural, my ER will be replaced by E accent E. If my subject pronoun is a feminine plural, my ER will be replaced by E accent ES. And do not forget, the subject pronouns are je, tu, il, elle, on, nous, vous, ils, plural, elle, plural. Do not forget that. So now let's see. And the structure of my sentence will be, first thing first, the subject pronoun. After that subject pronoun, you are going to add your reflexive pronoun, right? Then after that, you are going to add the conjugation of the verb être at the present tense, the ones that we just conjugated on top. And now you are going to put the past participle of the verb past participle of the verb. Now, let's see how that will work. Of the verb. Okay, example for the verb se lever in the past. Now you would have said je me suis levé. Je me suis levé. Now, if I am a boy using that je will have the masculine singular gender, right? And it is singular, okay, because I say I for one person. I would have said je me suis levé. Levé would spell with E accent only, okay? E accent only, okay? Why? Because je is masculine. But now if the je is used by a female to say I got up, right? In that case, that je will automatically be a female singular subject pronoun, right? And in that case, that ER at the end of the verb will be replaced by E accent E. And that's why you would have add that levé on it to make it levé for a female. Je me suis levé. So now if I'm talking to you, remember tu means you singular, okay, or informal, okay? So now if I say you got up and you are a boy, in that case my levé would be spelled with L-E-V-E accent only, right? So now if I say you got up and that you is for you as a girl, right? And my tutelle levé will be spelled with E accent E, just like that, E accent E. All right? Because it is feminine singular, right? For one person singular, you. So now, il s'est levé, as you know, il is for he, right? He. And strictly that is a masculine singular he, all right? Masculine singular, one person, a third person, right? So now that's why I spell my levé with E accent only. Then if I say elle, as you know it, elle is for she, all right? She got up, and in this case, I'm talking about the feminine singular, and that's why I spell my levé with E accent E. So now, nous sommes levés. So if we are a group of boys saying that we got up at a particular time, then now my nous is a masculine plural, okay, masculine plural, and in that case I have to use E accent S, and that's why that's how I should spell my levé. But if we are a group of girls saying that we got up, nous sommes levés, in that case it will be a feminine plural subject pronoun, so my levé should have E accent ES at the end of it. And do not forget, in a group where you have, okay, where you have boy, okay, and girl in the same group, do not forget you're supposed to go with the masculine gender. All right. So now, vous êtes levé or vous êtes levé. So now remember that vous could be used for one person. Okay, one person, but in that case, that vous is a formal vous. Now, if it's a formal vous, and that vous is used for a man, a male person, and I have to say vous êtes levé, spell my levé like this. But if that vous is used for a female, one person formally, then now, same thing, it would be a feminine singular, because I use it for one person, even though it is formal, right? But now, and you know, vous also could be used for you all, you plural, right? So now in this case, if the group of persons that I'm talking to say you all, and they are male or male and female together, remember, if it's male and female together, you go with the masculine gender. All right, so now in this case, my levé should be spelled vous êtes levé, like this. So now if the group of persons that I'm talking to is a group of woman or woman, so now we have to spell levé just like this with E accent E, because it is feminine plural. Okay, it is feminine plural. So now, ils se sont levés, of course, ils for they, and this is masculine, that's why we say ils se sont levés, ils se sont levés, and elles se sont levées, elles se sont levées, I just take everything out because that L is a feminine plural and my levé should spell like that. Well, they feminine. All right. So now after the reflexive verb, we have what we call reciprocal verbs. Okay, reciprocal verbs are the verbs that have two or more subject pronouns acting on one another, right? For example, we have the verb s'aimer, s'aimer, se comprendre, se connaître, se disputer, s'écrire, s'embrasser, se parler, se regarder, se rencontrer, se voir. For example, if I have to say I love you, you see, for the verb s'aimer, okay, I love you, I would have said je t'aime, je t'aime. Why? Now in this case, I have je, which means I, and t'aime is basically means you, I love you, right? So now, as you can see, these two acting on each other, okay? They have two subject pronouns, okay? Acting on each other, and that's why my verb aimer is a reciprocal verb. And like if I want to say we get on or we understand each other, so now on se comprend, all right? On se comprend, on se comprend. Now, we understand each other. You understand? So that on se related like we understand, okay? Or we cannot say, ils se comprennent, and once it is two different subject pronoun, now you are in you facing the reciprocal verb, okay? So now do not forget that. And we have idiomatic pronominal verbs. Idiomatic pronominal verbs are some of the verbs that if you don't use the pronominal, reflexive pronoun in front of them, they mean something else. For example, as you can see, s'appeler. S'appeler, it means to be named. That's why I say je m'appelle, my name is, okay? So now if I use appeler, you see the same appeler right here. If I use it without that S in front of it, okay, it means to call. Call John for me, call Peter for me, call, you know, appelle-moi Peter, or j'appelle Peter, all right? J'appelle Pierre, or stuff like that. It means something else. For example, we have se tromper and tromper, all right? To be mistaken, se tromper, to be mistaken, and tromper is to deceive, okay? Now, se lever and lever. We have s'arrêter and arrêter. We have se trouver, okay, and trouver. All right, these are called idiomatic verbs. Remember, we have more. I just give you the short list just for you to know, okay, about this type of pronominal verb. Now, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Okay, bye-bye.